Thank you so much, because I know obviously you've got a big day on Saturday and you've got the weigh-ins tomorrow. It's a title fight, but you're taking the time out to talk to us. Really, really appreciate it. How's fight week going down so far?
Going good, man. Going good. Yeah, sorry we were supposed to talk yesterday, but it was crazy, man. Crazy over here. I guess
Nah. Don't be silly, man. Don't be silly. Hold on. There's windows all over the place. There we go. So we got a lot to talk about, Glover. The last time I saw you, we were sitting at UFC 282. You were 2 seats down from me, sitting there with your wife and Alex Pereira, enjoying the fights. Obviously, Jan Blachowicz, Magomed Ankalaev go to a draw. And then all of a sudden, you get told you're fighting for the belt in a few weeks. Talk me through that whole situation, please, from your perspective.
It was crazy situation, man. Like we talk about it, we watch the fight together, right? Like you right there, sitting. Yeah, it was. I don't even know, man. How it was like. This is a fight game, you know. I guess I sit back and let everything to take care of itself, because there's nothing I can do. What I can control is my training, my fight. You know, I'm over there fighting. Those kind of situation was like it's very hard to deal. So I try not to stress at all about it. And that's what I did it. And look what happened. We're here in Rio de Janeiro fighting for the belt. And this is amazing, man. I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, I mean, is this the first time you fought for the UFC in Brazil?
No, not for the first time.
Okay.
I fought a few times in Brazil. I already fought 2 times in Rio. This is my third time in Rio. But first time for the belt, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's just incredible. Let me ask you, because you were supposed to, at some point in your mind, you were going to fight for the belt. You were going to get the winner. Obviously, Yuri pulled out of the rematch. When you found out that the fight was going to go down, I don't know, what, 4 weeks time, 3-4 weeks? I mean, how did you feel about that? Was that ideal? Were you ready, you know, or was it a bit of a rush?
No, yeah, I was ready to go, because I was doing a camp for Jiri, and you know, I just stay focused. Of course, I bring it down because I was already peaking for the fight when my fight got canceled. So I just relaxed a little bit, you know. I still fit. It's good. My weight's still down. So I keep my weight down, and I still training. And when they say you fight in Brazil, you want to fight in Brazil, I was like, hell yeah, man! I want to go. Let's go.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, talk to me about Jamahal Hill. Obviously, extremely powerful with the hands, right? You know, you've got way more experience than him. You've probably got more knockouts than he's had fights. You know what I'm saying? So, but he is dangerous on the feet. He's only been beaten 1 time by a submission. When you look at this fight, Glover, and you analyze it, you know, how do you see it? What is your path to victory? All right, this weekend, the first UFC pay-per-view event of the year goes down, UFC 283, live from Brazil. Now, in the main event, we have got an incredible...
Victory is the grind, man. Is to get in his face, you know, feint, go for punches, go for takedowns. Is the way I always fight. I don't have it too much like, oh, this guy. But for sure, I'm always like the key to victory is to take a guy down and ground and pound and work on it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. It seems like you two, there's no bad blood, right? But I saw you had a face-off in front of the arena. It was very, very intense, but there's no bad blood, right?
No, not at all, man. You know, I have no bad blood, with no one against me, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody, and I respect him a lot, and I'm glad that he's here. Glad that he take the fight, and of course you would, you know, title fight, but just happy, man. This face-off was good, you know. It's like
so.
Let's do a real one.
I can't wait, man. It's going to be an incredible fight. You know, if you win or you lose, obviously you're 43 years old, Glover. I'm 43. It's crazy that you're still fighting at this time. My body's falling apart, right? And I'm sure that yours, I'm sure when you get out of bed in the morning, you've got a few sore muscles and bones and things like that. But win or lose, you know, how many more fights do you think you've got left in you, Glover?
I don't know, man. I like to say 10 more, but I don't think so, man. You know, Bisping, I live it like it's time. Like I'm very blessed that I don't have a major injury. You know, of course, we always have injury here or this hurt here, the knee here, the hip a little bit, but nothing crazy that I have a major injury. So. Because right now I'm just having fun, man. Like I even joked yesterday, say I'm in my prime, man, because I feel like at older age I've been fighting better because I've been come myself better. You know, my defense, rolling with the punches, and I find the way to work on my style the best for me, and the way of course, I figured out how to train better. So I've been feeling really good, but it's hard for me to say how many more fights, you know. I don't know. It would be nice to break.
But you win this fight, you're definitely continuing to fight. You're going to defend that belt, and I'm assuming you want a rematch with Yuri.
Yes, no doubt. No doubt, man. That fight for Yuri, for myself, you know, I like I say that loss is still I can't digest that loss. You know, that was crazy the way it happened. So we just got to do it again.
That's why people love you, Glover, because obviously in the cage, you know, you're a world-class fighter, but you're sitting there even talking about your losses with a big smile on your face. I don't think I've ever seen you in like a miserable mood or kind of pissed off. Are you like this all the time, 24/7?
You can ask my wife here. She's right here. But you know, most of the times I try to embrace everything, you know, the hard time and the good time, and just be glad to. I always look the positive sides of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like to be. You got two options in the world when you deal with any situation, right? Any situation in life, you got two options: be miserable or be happy. And be happy is much better option.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that a lot of people could listen to that advice, me included. When we were at the fights at UFC 282, you were with Alex.
Oh, you're a happy guy, man. I know you do the fight game. You seem a little angry, but I think it's just a show, no? You did a show.
I'm pretty happy. I'm happy for the most part. I have my moments though. I have a bit of a temper problem, but I'm a lot better. I used to be a nightmare when I was a kid. I was going to say though, at the fights you were with Alex Pereira, right? Your training partner, you're a mentor to him, and you coach him as well. One thing, I couldn't believe the size of him because that was the first time I've ever seen him in the flesh. But talking of Alex, I'm assuming he has been instrumental in this training camp because Hill on the feet is very dangerous. You don't get better training partners for a striker than Alex Pereira.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, Alex is a big help in the camp. I cannot let it out. Fanelli Feliz Jr. and Ali, those two guys are my coach son. One is in the Olympic boxing team. They go into the Olympic right now. The other one is professional, like 9-0 in boxing. And you write that name down, Fanelli Feliz Jr. It's going to be a heavyweight champion of the world in boxing.
Okay. So you got no shortage of training partners then. It's quite the story that you've had, Glover. It's so inspirational, you know, the hard times that you came through, and then, you know, it's well documented, you know, training with Chuck Liddell back in the day, you know, and you become the champion. And now here you are in Brazil, fighting in Brazil with the chance to become a world champion again, a two-time world champion. I mean, what a special moment for you. I mean, could you have ever imagined this when you were younger and you first started? I mean, this is a big deal. You know, pay-per-view, world championship in your home country. I mean, it's what dreams are made of, right?
Yes. You know, when you're young, like you say, when you're young, we visualize all the greatness for us. You know, how can I be champion and defend the belt like 50 times? You know, just how we thinking. And of course, as I visualized this many times, one day fighting for the belt or defending the belt here in Brazil. And after my last fight, I wanted to, for sure, because since I know Brazil having UFC here for like 3 years, if I'm not wrong, about 3 years they haven't come in Brazil, and I know how big this card was gonna be, how big the crowd was gonna be excited for this event, and I wanted to be here so bad. And it's kind of like, I guess that power, that attraction, man, that power attraction to be here. It's crazy the way the whole situation happened, and here I am fighting for the belt in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, the city that I live for 3.5 years, train over here for all those guys, and it's incredible, man. I'm very grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, no, it is incredible. Throughout your career, Glover, you fought, all the best. You fought all the best. Is there one fight that sticks out as one of your personal favorites?
I have to say with the Yan, when I won the belt in Abu Dhabi, it was a kind of smooth fight for me. I'm not gonna say easy fight, but it was like I got to.
It was good. It was pretty easy. It was pretty easy, and I love Yan. No disrespect to Yan, but you had a good night at the office.
Yeah, good night, and because the way the fight went and the winning the belt, I have to say the fight. The fight. It was incredible moment, unforgettable moment.
Yeah. Yuri Prochazka. So let's assume that you're victorious Saturday night. You get the job done. Yuri, I don't know when he's going to come back, but of course, that's a fight that you want to have again. You want to get the rematch. What would you do differently, you think, in the rematch? Without giving away too much.
I paced myself a little more. I think I was too much on the aggression going on the ground, and I was not that I didn't think, because I take him down a few times in a fight, and I take him down right in the first round. I was even surprised that I take him down that quick, and I was just from the beginning, I just trying to finish the fight, and he keep getting up, and I trying to take him down again, and I guess just patient a little more, work my jiu-jitsu a little more, work a little tighter up the game, and not going crazy, trying to ground and pound to finish, just patient myself a little more. And also now I know that I can also beat him and stand up too, because the whole strategy for that fight was close the distance, take him down, finish him, but and I hurt him with the right hand in that 5th round there. And now I see the power. I see the way he punches. I kind of have a GPS map to fight him and beat him.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned the ground and pound, because when you did get on top, because I was there in Singapore, the crowd was going phenomenal. I mean, it was a legendary fight. It was fight of the year. I think for many people voted on that. It was just sensational. When you got on top and you were hitting him with some heavy shots, and I thought the referee's going to step in. Was there a part of you there thinking, come on, ref, he is taking a lot of damage here?
No, not really. Not really. I see that he was there all the time, and every time I hit him with a good shot, he was talking to me and say, "Oh, good one. Good one." It's crazy, and I never really felt that was close. I felt sometimes it was close to stop. When I grabbed the choke, the Katagatame choke there, he was snoring, man, ready to go to tap or to zip, and I squeezed everything. I got it. But he was his night, man. He was a warrior.
Yeah.
He showed a lot of determination, and
yep. And again, Glover, that's why people really appreciate your career, because you're so honest. Regarding Glover, it's funny you mentioned him talking to you. I forgot about that. I mean, he's kind of a wild man. He's unpredictable. He's unorthodox. But talk to me. I mean, how much respect do you have for him when he got injured and he decided to relinquish or vacate the belt so the division can move on? I mean, myself as a retired fighter, I looked at that and I thought, wow. But if I was in the division, I mean, you gotta respect that move, right?
Big time, man. Jury is you know, he's like you know, he's all that discipline, the samurai, the way he think, you know, like seeing the samurai kind of code, you know, samurai code, and he did that in a very classy way.
Yeah.
A lot of respect for him. Incredible what he did.
Yeah, no, he's a special man. All right, so we're going to go to our producer in a minute for a few more questions from Twitter for you. We'll let you get out of here. But I know that you're a part of the Lutadores NFT drop from Block Asset, and I think they just dropped, or I think half of the NFT sales have already gone. But tell me about your NFTs that are coming out, Glover.
Yeah, it's incredible to be. Have this opportunity they give us, you know, NFTs, sponsor us. I signed a bunch of cards yesterday. We make a video. Those guys are really nice. And it's great to be part of this with all you guys, you know. It's like I say, we live in the dream over here.
That's amazing. And I just want to point out, Block Asset asked me to say this, and that's how we got the interview with you. And thank you for your time again. So 50% of the NFT have already gone to crypto users. It will be opening up to credit card and debit card users and Apple Pay in the next few hours. And it is on schedule to sell out before Saturday. So that's huge, Glover. Congratulations.
Signed a bunch of cards yesterday. So go get those cards, you know.
Go get those cards, guys. Go get those cards. Right. Harrington, our producer, he's going to give you a few questions from Twitter, Glover, and then we'll let you get on with your day. Harrington, over to you, my friend.
What's going on, champ? How you doing, man? Okay, a bunch of people have been asking this question, so I'm just going to go with I like fights' thing here. I've seen Alex Pereira on a roller coaster not break a smile. What does it take to get that man to just do one of these?
Yeah, you know, Alex he's a happy guy, man. He's like a cool guy. He have a good sense of humor. But he doesn't laugh too much, you know. He's like that's the way he is, you know. But I asked him, "Are you happy or are you mad?" And he's like, "No, I'm happy too." You know, every once in a while he crack a smile. But I told him, like, I'm gonna stop because I make a lot of jokes all the time. I say I'm gonna stop making jokes around you, man. You know, my confidence low, you know.
Yeah. You're like that was some funny shit. Come on, Alex, laugh.
Yeah, everybody's laughing, and he's like, he goes like this. I'm like, yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like.
Let me ask you, is the rematch with Izzy, is that his focus right now, or are we thinking maybe a Robert Whittaker or something like that?
I don't know about that. Anything about what's going on? Yes, rematch with, for sure. I said this yesterday. That the Sanya wants the rematch. He should get the rematch. So the rematch, fight was going, and because he was such a great champion and defended his title a bunch of times, and he deserved a rematch. And I even say crazy respect for the Sanya just to go back and trying to fight it again, man. That's like a willing to just keep it going, you know. Like I'm fighting this time, 2 time, 3 time, and now if he goes again, it's like what do you can say about that guy? You know, like I think if I lost 3 times for the guys, I'll be like, okay, right, I'm good.
See, that's the thing. I don't think people realize how hard it is mentally to step in there with a guy that's beaten you 3 times already. So Izzy 100% deserves massive respect for that, because unless you've done it for a living, I mean, psychologically, the demons that you have. Harrington, 2 more questions, then we'll let the champ get on his way. He's got a very, very busy schedule.
All right. At Skooski wants to know, what is one fight you wanted in the UFC but never got?
Good question.
Oh, one fight that I wanted in the UFC never got. Oh, man, I don't know. You know, I'm always want to fight for the title. You know, I'm always want to fight the champion. And was a fight that I really want back there that I had the opportunity to fight a couple. I fought Anthony Johnson, and I think I fought Gustafsson. I was gonna fight with him. Was Daniel Cormier. I think the style, just because the great fighter that he is, and he's the only guy in the light heavyweight they shorter than me. So I was like, oh man, I'll be taller.
He might be shorter, but he's definitely bigger.
Oh, he's bigger. Man, he's big, but hey, it was a fight that I wanted to fight, but yeah, Daniel is a legend, man. He's an incredible fighter, one of the greatest of all time.
Without question, everybody loves DC. Absolute legend. Harrington.
Okay, last question here. Keeping it loopy wants to know, can you tell us a Chuck Liddell story?
Chuck Liddell, sorry, Chuck have a lot of stories, man, but I can't say.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Chuck a little bit. They're not safe to tell. That's like betraying trust.
But Chuck is like Chuck is fun dude, man. He loves to. I tell you this, right? First couple fights I went to Chuck, and Chuck liked to sleep late, and he liked to go to bed very late. And before Babalu fight, he was like he was with a bunch of girls out in a club, dancing. 3 a.m. We over there, like, I was tired, man. I was not even, I didn't have a fight. I was just as a training partner there with him. I was like, how is this guy? He's like over there, like, drink like a 5 or 6 Red Bull. He's drinking Red Bull, like energy drinking, like just like dancing 3 a.m. in a club.
Yeah.
And then, always surrounded with the girls. And that was like, wow, man, how this guy's doing? I was worried about him and the fight. This is like 3 days before the fight. This is a fight week, We talk about he's cutting weight, drinking Red Bull, and like dancing all night long. And he went over there and knocked out Babalu. I was like, wow. I guess.
Yeah.
Beautiful
head kick.
I cannot follow every Chuck. I think that was the second fight that we talk about, because we did the way he knocked him out with an uppercut and come back.
Oh, right, the second one. Okay.
Yeah. So, I was like, okay, I want to follow Chuck's footstep, but not every part of it,
Not all of them. Yeah. When he fought Tito Ortiz the second time, I was on the card. That's when I made my UFC debut, UFC 66. And a friend of mine got in he told me the next day, fight day. The night before the fight, it was about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. He got in the elevator and there was Chuck Liddell. And he was like, "You okay there, champ? You got a big day tomorrow." And he's like, "Don't worry about me. This is what I do." Right. We'll let you. Sorry.
Yeah, he's just so cool, man. He's like, he didn't care at all, man. He trained hard, but he do not worry about it at all, man. That's why John Hackman actually start calling him the Iceman, because he's the Iceman. He doesn't get nervous or anything. He just in the locker room playing around, joking around, making jokes, making plans what he's gonna do.
Wow,
that was Chuck like. That's why I guess he was so successful.
What a mentor and an inspiration for you when you were younger. And big shout out to Chuck Liddell, because that man is a true legend. The sport's moved on so much now, and people forget people like Chuck Liddell and what they did for this sport. So maximum respect to that guy. Last question, real quick. Saturday night, you're in the octagon. The fight finishes. How does the fight finish? And in what style? What happened? What happened Saturday night?
I'm gonna be my style, man. I'm gonna go after finish, and to be honest, it could be a surprise. It could be a knockout there, because Jamahal is gonna be worrying about me taking him down, and I work my hands. I feel very confident in my hand, and hey, I take the winner anyway, anyhow. But if knockout come in front of this crowd over here, it's gonna be nice and sweet.
It's gonna be nice and sweet. We can't wait for it. Glover, thanks for your time. I know you got a busy day. Have a great weight cut. Have a sensational fight, and I can't wait to watch it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Bisping. Always good to talk to you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother. Thank you.